I'm starting the recording while we begin to get settled in, and then we'll start officially. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when that happens. But right now, just start to settle into the energy of the evening. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for creating the time for yourself and to co-create this together, because this is a total beautiful collaborative effort of everybody who's here energetically and everybody who's watching the replay. Hi, ladies, whoever's watching the replay. So thank you for lending your energy to this space. I'd love to know if everybody can pop in the chat where you're from, and also so that others can see where you're from and the connections that we have together. And also, I'd love to know in the chat what brought you here. There's a specific like what are you feeling that's wanting to come through? Is maybe it's just curiosity. It could be that you're feeling I love your face too, Nicole. Thank you, and ditto. So I'm glad that's what brought you here. Oh, thank you, Lucy. So yeah, what brought you here? What have you been experiencing? And also, I'd love to know who has already worked with a new moon before. Thank you, Lucy. Who is like more of, this is more brand new to you guys. Hey, Heather, Lake Stevens. But today I'm at the ocean beaches. Oh, which has been wonderful, hence no video. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, cool. And then I have some beautifully familiar faces, Jasmine and Shay, who I'm currently working with. And so we had our new moon session today as part of our Jump Spark program. So they're already like in that energy. Yes. So we're just going to keep spilling it over. Jasmine from Richmond, Virginia. Heather, first new moon, but I love anything moon energy related. Yes. It's very juicy. Okay. So let's go ahead and honor the fact that we're all here. Feeling high energy and curious. I'm curious about the energy you've been feeling, Carolyn. If you want to share later, we can. This is a very open space. Drawn to visionary gathering, heaven on earth. Oh, beautiful, Deborah. Yes. What do you do, Deborah? What's your vision and your mission in life? I have a feeling you're quite a magical woman. Something tells me.
Right now I'm frequency. I would guess closest thing to describe it would be frequency holder, or it's the vibrations have over the past year and a half have changed, and now it's like before I wasn't as grounded, and it's grounded. I could feel the current, just even yesterday I did a meditation and I felt my whole body was gold, and this rainbow current was just going through it. I was like, oh, and that song Rainbow Connection keeps playing lately in my head.
Frequency holder. So you're definitely in the right place. Everybody's like, yes. That's the language we speak here. So very cool. Among other languages, among strategy and momentum and getting things done, because we're all about aligning all that energy. Oh my God, Rainbow Connection. The other day I was doing a Zoom karaoke party with some friends. It was great. And one of the songs we performed together as a group was Rainbow Connection to close off the whole thing. We sang a lot of different songs all over the place. And Rainbow Connection was the last one to seal it. So beautiful. And yes, Lucy, Rainbow Mama. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, there's always a lot of synchronicity when we gather in these spaces. So it's no surprise that we're here. So again, thank you for lending your energy to this space this evening. I see April's popping in too. Yay. Okay. So let's go ahead and set the tone for what we're experiencing today. And what I like to do, so every month I open up space to do these, I call them Gathering of Visionaries, and I I do them in the new moon, on the new moons, because I'm in love with the new moon. It's one of my favorite energies to work with. And it's an energy I've been aligning myself to um, over the past 2 or 3 years, a little more intentionally. I've always had a very strong connection to lunar energy and the divine feminine and all of that. And as I work closer and closer, hey Janice, I'm so glad you're here. As I work closer and closer with the new moon, I've seen the beauty of planting new seeds, of allowing it to just open up new portals of connection to my own higher self, of co-creation with others, such as in a space like this, and of really setting intentions for what's to come. So I see it almost as a beautiful space of reset, recalibration, and okay, where do I get to go? And so I find it really powerful to gather like this. I'm actually going to pop in the speaker view for those watching the replay. So what we do in this new moon gathering is we hold space for each other. I always do an audio activation, and they're always unique. They're always in the moment. So it's more of a channeling than anything that's pre-planned. So whatever is meant to come through, we will go there. We'll definitely pull an oracle card probably towards the end, and we will set some intentions, and we will, my intention for you guys today is to support you to manifest something, like really dive into the art of manifesting and the art of allowing. So believing and receiving, like what does it take for us to be in a space of believing and receiving? So I'm going to take you through a very simple scripting process that you can do in your notebooks. And in the messages, I said to have a notebook handy, ideally something that's a brand new notebook that from this point forth, you will only use for new moons. So if you have that, great. If it's another notebook you have, great too. But if you have anything lying around the house and you actually want to go get it now, go for it. So a brand new notebook. We all have one notebook that's like hanging around in the shelf that's just waiting for us to, like, it's just calling us to crack it open. So have that, have a pen handy. And if there's anything else that you want to use to color or anything that inspires you, that's cool too. And I'll wait because I see a couple people popped out to grab notebooks. And for those of you who are here, again, just keep popping in the chat where you're from, what brought you here, so that we can all get to know each other, and be in the spirit of community and connection. So we're going to set the tone with an audio activation. We're going to do some scripting. So I'm going to take you through an exercise, like a 3-part exercise to do some scripting, which is basically just a fancy way of saying, write what you desire and you're ready to bring and manifest in your life. And then we're going to talk about, how can we lean into making that, co-creating with the universe. We'll pull an oracle card and we'll have conversation. So it's a space for sharing, and whoever feels called to share their intentions out loud and what they're looking to manifest out loud. I always encourage you to do that, because it's articulating it in a space like this is actually really, really powerful, because it begins to further plant those seeds out into the world, and it helps us to get clear and clear on our own voice, on who we are, on what we desire, so that we stop going from hiding and dimming our light to really shining big and bright. So let me introduce myself for those of you who are a little bit newer. My name is Maria Alejandra. You can call me MA. I'm a coach. I'm a strategic sorceress. I'm a mama. I'm a wife. And I really believe in aligning our strategic selves with our intuitive selves. So a lot of what I talk about is centered around mindset, magic, and momentum, and the integration and alignment of our inner drive and wisdom. So I'm all about really getting clarity and focusing in on the steps to take to bring our dreams into fruition. I really believe that our vision and our calling is so tied to what we do, obviously, but a lot of times we don't realize that tending to that calling is actually one of the highest forms of expression that our soul is really yearning to bring through. And that being in a space of possibility is the soul's medicine. I actually wrote that today in the email that I sent for the new moon invitation. And I was like, wow. And I've been sitting with what it means to go through really hard, challenging times, which we've all find ourselves in one way or another, and leaning into that space of what's possible. And I've even gotten a variety of comments and feedback on people who sometimes find it difficult to open up to what it means to lean into positivity. And I have a lot of compassion for that, because it comes from a place of feeling triggered by the fact that things aren't working out the way you would like them to. And these are very well-meaning people, but they find it difficult to sit with someone who is choosing to dwell in possibility. And as I one of the biggest lessons I've had to move through in my own journey as a leader, as a visionary, as a healer, tapping into my own medicine. We're all divinely attuned to bring some sort of medicine into the world, and that's what our calling is calling us forth into. One of the things that I've had the opportunity, the blessed challenge and opportunity to move through, is to shine no matter what, is to show up as myself no matter what, and to know that not everybody may resonate with it, and also that's okay. And it actually opens up conversation for more. So the choice is, you can either dim yourself and not say the thing you want to say, or you can say the thing. Somebody might have a different understanding of it, and then that opens up a space of communication and opportunity for you to dive deeper. So as we move through, thank you, Lucy. I received that. As we move through what it means to embrace challenges, think about dwelling in possibility being the medicine of the soul. I firmly believe that that's what the soul, that's what it wants to be soothed with, is being in a state of vibrant possibility. And possibility doesn't mean, oh, you're happy all the time. And it doesn't mean, I'm so look at me, how chipper. No, it means that no matter what happens, you make a choice to dwell in possibility, to call in expansion, to call in possibility, and to know that you may not know how, but you believe in the abundance of the universe to bring it through, and that every single challenge, obstacle, anything that is triggering is actually continuing to call you forth into expansion and polishing who you are, so that you may keep leveling up on your journey of how we serve in the world. And so I'm really big on how we serve in the world being from a standpoint of actually building momentum. So what is it that you want to do? And I work very closely with my clients and myself to really step into momentum every single day. Momentum looks like lots of different things, but to really step in a space of I choose to show up every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Why? Because my voice matters, my vision matters, the passion that I have for the things I believe in matters, because I know that it takes consistency, and it takes self-discipline, and it takes that dwelling in possibility day in and day out, moment by moment, to create something really powerful. And balancing that and infusing that with that delicious, ever abundant divine energy of possibility that the universe is constantly bringing forth to us, and understanding the outdated patterns and old beliefs that are keeping us, that might be keeping us stagnant. Jasmine, thank you. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. And as you guys are resonating with anything, just feel free to share it, because again, it helps you to sort of anchor into something, and also for everybody else to see how we're connecting. And it's helpful and important part of my growth. What part specifically, Jasmine? I'd love to hear. Because I think that it might resonate with others as well. A lot of it, especially the consistency. Yeah, absolutely. I hear this all the time. There's a few components to being a visionary woman who is yearning to, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're an aspiring entrepreneur, you're a leader, a coach, you want to write a book, you're an artist, you have some sort of message that's yearning to come out into the world. You have your message, you have your medicine. How you go forth to actually make it happen is part of the medicine, is part of what the world needs, is part of what other women around us need to see in order for them to step forward. So never shy away from that sense of consistency, that sense of honoring that which wants to come through. And when you need support, get it. And when you feel stuck, ask for the resources so that you can get unstuck, because the things that can happen very quickly when you step into momentum are magical. And and I came up with a word today. What was it? Special? Special. I wanted to say that something was going to be really special and really magical. So I said special. Was that it, Jasmine? Yeah. So I come up with words all the time. So you stepping into actually doing the thing that you are yearning to do is vital. It's vital. And your time is now. Our time is now. And that should never feel like a burden. You might get a little fire under you of like, oh, okay, my time is now. Like, because why? Because we have all these belief systems around, oh, well, if I hold off a little bit more, or I'm not quite ready, or, we procrastinate, we dance around it. I do it too all the time. And I'm constantly catching myself, and I'm constantly using it as, okay, well, where do I go now? How do I shift? How do I stretch? How do I flex into who I need to be to show up day in and day out? And going back into the new moon and why we're here, anchoring into energies like this allows me the space to expand into what else is yearning to come through, the unknown, I don't know the how, and yet I feel it in every part of my soul. So today's new moon is an opportunity for us to do just that. Let's talk about the new moon today. So it's a new moon in Cancer, and a couple of interesting things about the energy. Of course, there's been a lot of energy moving through the cosmos lately. Like you unless you've been living under a rock of some sort, chances are you've been feeling it. And so much has been happening. And just to anchor you guys in the moment, oh, Lucy, you're a Cancer. Beautiful. Jasmine's a Cancer too. My husband's a Cancer. So it's, Cancer is the sign of, it's the mother of the zodiac. So it's a very feminine sign. It's like a womb. It's a water sign. So imagine like womb, mothering. It's also a sign of home, shelter, coming back to yourself. Like the, Cancer symbol is a crab. So you carry your home with you. Isn't that a beautiful, hold on, I'm getting like a little, are you guys hearing like a weird audio, like a ping, ping? You are, right? I don't know what that is. I've never heard that before. Janet says, I grabbed a bunch of empty black paper, and one of the papers had something written on it, said, my soul is calling me too. Wow. That's a message from the universe. So Cancer is a sign of, it's a mother of the zodiac. It's literally a crab. So you carry your home with you, shelter, protection. Can I mute? Ah, yes. Okay, I think that's what it is. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I think everybody's muted now. Cool. Let me know if anybody hears anything funky again. So the last new moon, so there's always new moon, full moon in the whole like cycle. And there's lots of different phases in between. But the basic ones to focus on are the full moon and the new moon. The full moons are all about completion energy. So the moon is full. It's like, okay, I've gotten all I can get. It's about completion. It's about releasing what's no longer serving us. And then the new moon, which is literally like the moon is completely dark. It's a blank slate. It's a great energy to plant new seeds, to call in what's new, to tune yourself to your intentions, to set affirmations and energy that will help you call in and really, like, again, just plant what's new and trust in its growth. So the last new moon was in Cancer, which is interesting because it's not common to have two new moons of the same sign back to back. And the reason why that happens is because the last new moon happened in the very early degrees of Cancer. So right at the beginning of the degrees of that sign. And then now this one is at the very end of the degrees of Cancer. So it's giving us another opportunity to work with this Cancerian energy, this divine womb, mother, home, you know, deliciously like, okay. Like this energy of sort of like expanding and also settling in at the same time, calling in what feels like a safe space for you to keep growing and keep planting new seeds. And the last new moon happened during the summer solstice, and there was an eclipse. There was a lot going on. So it's almost like it opened up a space that's now being coming to completion with this new moon. So from new moon to new moon, there's like a lot there. And again, already new moons are powerful, but the fact that there's all this stuff happening also in the cosmos, in the heavens and the stars, it just adds to the juiciness. So other fascinating things about this new moon. Let me see if there's anything else that the other thing, not necessarily about the new moon, but the fact that right now, so we've been in Cancer season, which concludes tomorrow into Wednesday, and then Wednesday we move into Leo season. And so Leo season is in contrast to Cancer. Leo is all about the sun. So sun energy, solar plexus, confidence, that fire, that sense of brightness, that sense of like literally like hear me roar. So I want you guys, as we sit with this energy today, to think about this womb. Like today, it's like you're sitting in this womb, you're completing this beautiful space of, bringing in something that will be like, almost like birthed, like, baby comes out and they see like the light. So kind of the same thing, like embracing that start of the Leo season. Leo is a very, Leo is a sign of a performance, and performance from a standpoint of literally like hear me roar, like hear my message, like here I am. So take that in for see how that serves you, because when we work with really anchoring in our and I'm all about that mindset, magic, and momentum. So look at it through that lens of that Leo energy, that mindset of, okay, here I am, hear me roar. What does that look like? Who do I get to be to embody that in my own life? The magic of attuning yourself and calibrating your energy to what's happening now, to co-creating with other, like-minded soul sisters around you that are having the same conversations. It's always a beautiful space. And the momentum. So who do I get to be? How do I get to and how do I get to move forward? Like, where am I meeting the universe so that I can be in a space of that consistency? What Jasmine was saying before has been so helpful for her. Because here's the thing, especially for those of us who are kind of wild spirits, and I've always been very strategic and also very like intuitive my entire life. I'm a total visionary, and I'm also like practical in a lot of ways. And it's been a combination that has served me because it helps me be in balance, but I do have the tendency of going maybe all the way to one side of being so overly analytical, or sometimes being like overly like in the moon somewhere. And then it's like, it's hard to move forward and focus. So especially if you're a free spirit and you are someone who is on this earth to heal and to bring in this wisdom of your heart, focusing is what will free you. Focusing your energy is what will free you. And that's where the momentum comes in. And that's where really being in a space of being supported for your business and for your life comes in. Any questions so far? Feel free to unmute yourself or leave it in the chat if you have any questions. I'll leave a little bit of space here. That's me. That's why having you as a coach has been a, yeah. And I see it because, first of all, I have a superpower of like seeing people and they're like, and like, what's next? It's totally like I have a crystal ball implanted in my brain somewhere. And, Jasmine was one of them. Like there's this massive potential because I see myself in you guys, we're all doing the same thing here. And when we find that flow and we find that like, okay, this is what it looks like, game changer. Oh, Lucy, yes. I love that. Oh, then you can, let's put that, we'll both manifest that tonight. I'll hold that in my heart as well. Absolutely. I love that. And being in that vibe of what do I require to move myself forward is like today I was telling the ladies during their session, I was like, what's good for you is good for the world. Like what's good for you is good for the world. Like think about what that means. That's such a beautiful, powerful statement to tell yourself, like every morning, look at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what's good for me is good for the world. So if what's good for me is to get supported with a coach, that's good for the world. What's good for me is taking time out to just reset myself before, the kids come and jump all over me again. That's what's good for the world, all of it. Or what's good for me is that I'm going to take a couple days to decompress and recalibrate myself. Or what's good for me is to make money, make an impact, make influence, write the book, sell the thing, sell the courses, teach the thing, heal. That's good for the world. That's good for the world because we are wired for that goodness. Like we are wired. Your divine appointment is woven into the fabric of what the universe needs to keep moving forward. So trust in your calling. Trust in your calling. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and now that we've set that preview and set the stage, I invite you to go ahead and settle in your energy just a little bit more so that we can come meet at a very special place. You'll soon see where we're going. So I invite you to close your eyes and just begin breathing comfortably, placing your hands on your lap. I invite you to place them palms facing up in a gesture of receiving. Think about what you've been clutching to in your life right now, the circumstances, what are you glued to? Imagine if your hand is like holding on to something so intensely. What would it feel like to open it up so that you can both release that grip on that thing? Let it do its thing and trust. And also open your hand so that the universe can begin to deposit in your life that which you require to keep moving forward. Same with your heart. Open in a gesture of receiving. And this feels raw and it feels vulnerable. I believe that being in a pure state of receiving is the most vulnerable state we can be in. We resist receiving. We resist allowing for so many reasons. So imagine today, especially, what it feels like to open up that space, even to just practice for a little bit. Just try it on for size. Experiment with being open to receive through your hands, through your heart, through your third eye, through your crown chakra. Opening up all the portals, easeful. And if it feels kind of weird, just say, I'm just experimenting, just experimenting. And if it feels good, just celebrate that it feels really good. There's no way to do this incorrectly. So trust yourself. And now we call on our spirit guides, our ancestors, our spirit team to come in and surround us, to support us, to love up on us. See them all smiling, see them just also opening up in a gesture of giving and receiving, so that we're all mirroring the same thing. I want you to imagine the energy of everybody who is sitting right now in this sacred circle. Whether you are here live or you're watching the replay, you're all in the circle as well. We're here together. Imagine that your soul is lighting up like a beautiful cosmic light bulb in the middle of the night, all around the world, all across time zones. And imagine what it would look like from a distance if we were looking at planet Earth being dark under this beautiful new moon and seeing these cosmic light bulbs from each of us just light up our little corner of the world. And then start to connect each other in a web of knowing, in a web of sisterhood. Feel that light emanating right from your heart and feel it pulse. Feel it pulse. And in this moment, I'm going to encourage all of us to think about the level of service that we want to be in. The level of service through our energy, through our healing, through whatever modality and whatever practice we bring into the world. How we guide, how we teach, how we lead, how we support others. Like, imagine the level of service that you want to bring into the world. And find a visual way to measure it. So whatever kind of, trust whatever comes up for you right now, and you'll see why we're doing this. So it could be like a column that starts filling in with light or with a certain color. Or it could be a table full of just service. Or it could be a treasure chest full of your service, your light, your magic. Find a way to visualize it. Find a way to see how much you are willing to serve the world, to serve your community, to serve your family. And once you have that visual, I want you to duplicate that container. So treasure chest, column, table, duplicate that container right next to it. And I want you to imagine the level of receiving. So you have how much you want to serve, and now you're going to fill up the same container with receiving. And this could feel a little comfortable, not gonna lie. This could be like, oh, wait a minute. The serving table might be full, like a bounty of everything, and then the receiving table has like one grape on it. That's like, wait a minute. So fill it up, fill it up. The column of light, of color, that table, that treasure chest. And look at it this way. You cannot fully serve this bounty that you're ready to serve until you actually receive in the same capacity. Same thing. This bounty is not ready to go out and really serve the world until your bounty of receiving is opened up. And I want you to tap into your heart right now and see where you're feeling the resistance and tell yourself, it's okay. I'm willing to allow. I'm willing to receive. I'm willing to explore what it means to receive, what it feels like to receive, and to receive unconditionally. This isn't a, okay, I receive and then I give back. This is a receiving unconditionally. Notice the resistance that might come up. Notice the beliefs that might come up. Notice the discomfort. Just pay attention and be in a space of awareness as you begin to open up your channels of allowing. And call in on the energy of whoever you identify as your spirit guides, and to support you, to resource you in becoming masterful at allowing. Imagining that allowing table, column, treasure chest to fill up, a little bit more, a little bit more. Until it is equal to that table of the service, to your abundant service that you're ready to give to the world. So what you're ready to serve and what you're ready to receive is the same. And now I want you to allow the universe to pile on top more on the receiving table. And the universe is like, finally, I thought you'd never ask, girl. Let's do it. And some of you might be like closing your eyes like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what is this? Like, ah. So just feel into it. Just feel into it. Imagine the universe is bathing you with this, just the resources that you require. It's just, you know what it's saying? The universe is saying, my darling, this is the least I can do. It's the least I can do. And no, you don't have to do anything in return. This is here for you. All of it is here for you. It's the least I can do. And if you feel called later on to come back to the space and just, experiment once again with this table of abundance and this table of receptivity, what you're ready to receive, then keep exploring, keep expanding into it. But for now, we're going to acknowledge this space of both service and receiving. Everything that we're willing to give from the bottom of our heart, with our knowledge, with our expertise, with our experience, through our challenges, through everything that we've come through, the magnificent life that we have already lived. Knowing how worthy we are to receive, receive, receive. So now just take a final look at the space and go, okay, and take a deep breath. And I want you to turn around and you're going to start walking. And all of a sudden, the space that you were in turns into, you're kind of walking through a mist and it turns into a forest. We're about to go to one of my favorite places, and I think it will become yours too. You start walking through the forest, you're barefoot, so you're feeling it all. You're feeling that crackle of the leaves, the softness of the cool dirt. You're feeling the trees, the wind. Feel the air on your skin. Imagine yourself wearing something beautiful, simple, flowy, comfortable. Your hair is loose, not a speck of makeup on your face. You are true, you are raw, you're real. And you're walking in this forest and you come into this clearing. And as you emerge into this clearing, you see all around you in this circle of trees how all the other women in this experience are also coming through into the clearing, radiant, smiling. You can just feel this air of divinity, this air of joy, this air of possibility. We nod to each other, we recognize each other, we smile at each other, we giggle. It's like, oh my God, hi. And there's also this sacred sense of sovereign royalty, this sovereign air, but it feels so just natural and organic. And it is just so, there's no pretending here. There's only us. And we are all standing around the cosmic bonfire. This cosmic bonfire is this beautiful bonfire that has the energy of the cosmos running through it. So you might look into the fire and feel its warmth and see its magic, see how it sparks, see the embers. And within it are galaxies and planets and stars and just all sorts of amazing visuals and energy that just light you up. See how you experience it yourself. Feel it. Feel yourself putting your hands up to it. Feel its warmth. Feel it warming up your heart, warming up your third eye, enveloping you with this energy. And we all stand around in a circle. And we are ready to set our intentions for this new moon right here in this beautiful space. First, we're going to release something heavy and burdensome that's no longer serving us. And we're going to just throw it right into the cosmic bonfire. Feel free to get a little bit closer. Just throw it in. See it be consumed and transmuted with the flames. Mother Gaia knows what to do with it. This beautiful fire knows what to do with it. Takes that energy and turns it into something else. And then once you release, see what the fire wants to convey to you. It could be a message. It could be a feeling. It could be an object in your hands. Anything that represents a message around what you're ready to call in. What would support you over the next month? Message of support, of encouragement. Perhaps it's an affirmation, a mantra. Perhaps it's the name of a person. Trust your intuition to see what popped up first, and you don't have to make too much sense of it now. Just hold it. Just hold it. And now I want us all to grab a stick. Just grab a stick from the ground and light it up with the fire. and write in the air the intention that you're ready to release into the universe. And when we write intentions, we write them in this format. I am so happy and grateful now that. So imagine writing almost like you have a magic wand, but it's just a stick that's lit up with a cosmic bonfire, writing in the air, I'm so happy and grateful now that, ... And fill that in with what you are looking to manifest. Is it a feeling? Is it a some particular piece of growth for your business, income related, client related, visibility related? What have you been yearning to bring into your business? What have you been yearning to bring into your life? I am so happy and grateful now that. And once you complete writing that, and again, look around and admire all these other goddesses around the circle and the energy with which we are all just so, with so much conviction. It almost doesn't even feel like, we're wishing and we're hoping. No, it is so. It is so. There's a sense of ease and a sense of effortless knowing that your manifestation will absolutely come to fruition, and so will everybody else's. And that feels so good. It feels so good. And now as we start to get ready to depart, just see if there's anything else that you want to either drop in the fire to let it be transmuted, or that you want to receive from it. Have your own moment. Have your own sacred connection. Look up at the stars through this clearing. Look down at the ground. Look at your bare feet. Just be in this moment right now. Connect with your higher self in this moment. And now in your heart, and maybe you want to utter the words out loud, you can say, and so it is. And so it is. And now look around as we again acknowledge each other. And we're going to turn around and walk back into the forest. And notice how you're walking on your own. You are an individual on your journey. You know your truth. And yet you are connected to this collective experience of all these other like-minded souls who are here for the same purpose. There's this knowing. And yet you are standing on your own 2 feet. You're trusting yourself. You know you are fully capable. You trust in your unique magic and your gift to the world. And you're walking from this clearing with a deeper sense of conviction of who you get to be from this moment forward. Keep walking towards the forest. Things are getting misty, but you feel very, very clear. You feel clear, you feel open. And just keep breathing. I'm going to start counting down from 8. And as I do so, just begin to sink into everything that you experienced through this meditation, anything that was catalyzed within you and activated within you. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, breathing deeply, 3, 2, and 1. Opening your eyes as you feel ready. Stretching a little bit. And if you're feeling called to grab your journal and write down what you experienced. And if it's a fresh journal, then dedicate it to work with the new moon from here on out. Leave it for that sacred purpose. Capture what you experienced, any messages you received, you heard, you saw, you felt. That intention that you wrote in the sky. Anything that came up. Feelings, fears. And if you, when you write any limiting beliefs or fears or things that were like holding you, just write them with the intent of dissolving them. Write them with the intent of awareness and dissolving them so that you can begin to reprogram your subconscious, Keep bringing into a space of safety around releasing what it no longer needs. And if you feel called to share, whether in the comments or if you want to unmute yourself, you can go ahead and do that as well. Maggie says, thank you so much. This really helped me focus on what I want to experience in the coming month. Beautiful. You're welcome, Maggie. I'm going to start grabbing the deck we're going to work with. And if anybody, again, you want to share what came through, what you felt, feel free.
I'll go.
Yes.
I was a little hesitant, but I know the power of making declarations, so I'm going to just go ahead and declare it. Mine, this was so powerful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mine was a pillar of rainbow light, and it filled with gold bars and coins. And then my guides were like, finally, you're allowing yourself to receive. And then my statement that came to me was, I am happy and grateful for the ability to access my divine bank account. And in the fire, it said $1.5 billion over 5 years. So I'm just going to receive that and declare it and claim it in all the places.
Yes. 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 Yes, yes, yes. Woo. I know. And the guides are like, finally, you're letting us. Cool. Great. Right? Shay's like, yeah. There will always be enough. Trust that you will be taken care of. Yeah. And what really came through for me there, and again, I didn't know, I always have an intention of, what feels like is the essence of what we're going to work with, but I don't pre-plan. So I always say, like, those are truly always channeled. I don't pre-plan them. It's like always very much in the moment. And it's this releasing the parallel of, I gotta give to receive. I can't receive until I give. We're caught in the cycle of, we are so resistant to receiving, and we don't even trust that we're already giving so much all the time. And imagine unlocking that flow, that true portal of receiving. And again, it's that opening up. It's the most vulnerable space to be in. If anybody else wants to share, go ahead while I figure out which of these decks is calling me.
Hi, Maria Leandra.
Yes. Hey, Lucy.
I felt very peaceful, and I saw a rainbow light too, like Jasmine, like a prism of a crystal prism that converted the light into the rainbow colors. And I was with a white dress, and I felt free and peaceful, and inhaling the air that smelled like rain. And I love the brand. It's called in Spanish tierra mojada, wet earth. I love that aroma. So
I do
it was
too.
like that. And I released a lot of things. I was releasing fears, trauma, pain.
Yeah.
And I open to receive, because as you said, I have like I've been stuck in the not receiving arena. So I saw lots of gold, lots of light, and I saw my spirit guides telling me that the universe has my back, and that they are going to guide me to the teachers and to whatever I need to complete my mission in life. Which you know what is that, right? So
yes.
It was amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes. Share your mission with the rest of them so we can hold that space for you here.
Okay. Yes, girls. I have a gay son, which I love dearly. And here in Latin America, for those of you who don't know, the majority of population is hardcore Catholic. So their minds are very, very close. So they do not accept homosexuals, and they treat them really bad. No, I'm not saying everybody, right? But the majority of people, they still do marches against them. It's like the medieval times. So I'm working in a support group that is called Rainbow Mamas, and is to help LGBT kids and their moms to go through these difficult times, and to decide from a place of love and acceptance. And it's more love and less judgment. It's my tagline. Yeah. And I'm writing a book too.
Amazing. Thank you for that work. Beautiful.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes. Deborah, I see your message, strength in all caps. You are stronger than you know. Embodiment and overflow, balanced and true radiant glow of authentic soul. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Did you want to share anything else, Deborah? I saw your little hand pop up, or are you good? Oh, you're clapping? I love those little Zoom hands. They make me happy. All right. So if anybody else wants to share, go ahead. I know we're already at time, so but if you want to hang out a little bit longer, that's cool. I'm picking a card from the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. So let's see what setting an intention for what we're ready to, just an additional wink from the universe, let's call it, to support us today, to support us on this new moon, support our intentions, what we're ready to release, what we're ready to step into. Whoop, there we go. Okay, well, these two came out, so. All right, so here's the first one. All paths lead home. Remember we were talking about that Cancer energy being all about home. It says inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Oh, I love this in so many ways. I feel it, I feel it, I feel it. So I'll first share what comes up for me, and then I'll read. It seems pretty self-explanatory. This essence of, when we say all paths lead home, there's this inherent trust to it. There's this knowingness of, one of my own personal mantras that I received actually in a new moon a few months back is, I know I go. I know I go. And I invite you to try it on for size if it supports you. And to me, that is my reminder of my higher self, to trust myself, to trust my inner authority, to trust my intuition, and to take the action. And the action could be taking a nap, by the way. I'm not about gotta hustle. No. I'm about consistent action. I'm about momentum. And sometimes momentum is a good nap, a bath, a dip in the ocean, or a lake, or a shower, or in a pool, or whatever. All these water analogies are coming up, of course, because, water, it's all watery energy. But I know I go. So trusting that inner authority, and really moving forward with conviction. So let me read what the book says. Okay, here we go. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home. This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. And the soul inquiry question is, how are you being called to turn your gaze within? How are you being called to turn your gaze within? And the other card that was like right next to it, so I had to grab it, is this one. It's called the Messenger. Hold on. I can't focus. Come on. It says, this is all about Sirius energy. Not Sirius, but Sirius the star. All puns are intended and included because we get to have fun. Bring harmony and balance. Harmony and balance. Oh, that's a good one. All right, let's see what we've got here. I feel like this is meant to be like an additional little layer of understanding for us. Here we go. You're part of the lineage of souls who have dedicated their lifetimes to the upliftment of the planet, to returning time and time again to seed the light, the crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness of life back in, to honor both the sacred feminine and masculine, to usher deep reverence back in. And another way to say the sacred feminine and masculine is that strategy and that intuition, that balance of that drive and that inner wisdom. Many ascended masters are thought to be connected to the energy of Sirius. Often appearing as a shade of blue, they hold the frequency of pure love and are here to help the masculine and feminine exist in harmony, to ensure greater balance, to help us see that we're all connected and that the masculine and feminine energies exist within us all. You're being called to bring about this balance and harmony between the masculine and feminine, to be a guardian of harmony and balance on Earth. Think of the whales traveling around the globe, sharing love through their healing vibrational song. Their unique notes send balance and harmony to every corner of the planet. A rebalancing of the masculine and feminine is occurring worldwide. It's a resurgence of the sacred within us all, a returning of the sacred union within, a rekindling of heaven and earth. You can begin to bring harmony and balance by creating it in your own life. The ripples will flow from there. You can honor and balance the sacred masculine and feminine energies within yourself and others. And the Starseed Soul Inquiry says, how are you being called to bring harmony to your life or the planet? How are you being called to honor the sacred masculine and feminine within you? I'll read that again. How are you being called to bring harmony to your life or the planet? How are you being called to honor the sacred masculine and feminine within you? Any questions or comments on these messages? Whoa. So, anything else as we begin completing and closing this this beautiful circle we've established here? Any other comments? Anything? And trust yourself. If your intuition is like, oh, I want to say this, but I'm kind of holding back. Like, say it, write it, share it, be it, do it, have it, sparkle it, leap forward. You know, just use that energy to like, okay, trust and go. And whether that happens right now or it happens after this, and I know even if it's late for many of us, like maybe there is something right now that your soul is calling you to step into, like to an action, even a small action. Like think about balancing that masculine and feminine with a small action. It could be sending an email. It could be writing down the list of the things you want to make sure you accomplish tomorrow. Something that feels like practical, right? And the feminine, maybe it's you pour yourself a delicious, soothing cup of tea, or you give yourself a little massage with some lotion, just very simple. You know, just feel yourself, just love up on yourself. Maybe you want to take a bath or just, you know, luxuriate and just taking time for yourself, journaling. I would invite you to do one of each to honor that sacred feminine and masculine within you. Let's see the messages here. Hold on. Well, Heather says, like, no, push me, pull me, you, or like an either or, like a synchronicity. I hear that. Deborah says, a lot of synchronicity. Home is where the heart is, and sing our own unique song. Blessings. 11:11. Yes. Balance and honor the two. Thanks so much. You're an angel. Oh, you're welcome, Lucy. So I am really, you know, thanking you guys for being here this evening, for sharing this space with us, honoring each of your intentions and what you're ready to bring forward, sending you so much love, sending you so much light. And remember that we can always stay connected. There's a lot that always happens in the Rock Your Life community on Facebook. Make sure you're signed up for my emails. I think pretty much everybody here is, so you can see what else is happening and, you know, get updates when we gather again for the next new moon. And, you know, and keep speaking your dreams into existence and keep building that momentum towards what you're ready to create, because the world needs all of us to link arm in arm and be connected in greater things. Lucy says, thanks so much. You're an angel, sending love, health, and light to you and your beautiful family. Thank you so much. I received that. Yeah, so with that, we'll close the space. with lots of love, good vibes, wonderful energy. I'll see you guys in the Rock Your Life group. And if there's anything else that you want to share in email afterwards that landed for you after or even tomorrow, let me know. I'd love to hear what comes up. All right. Many blessings, lots of love. Here, well, I can't unmute you guys, but if you want to unmute yourselves to say goodnight, we can do that.
Thank you so much.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Good night, ladies. Thank you.
Thank
So
you,
much
Maria
love.
Leandra.
You're welcome. Mwah. Besos. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.